Oh, I'm sorry. This is my first time on live, so I guess I was on mute. Hi, everyone. So, hi, I'm Michelle, and I'm sharing today about inner engineering. So if you follow my channel or if you've seen any of my content, hi, Ariel. Hi, Shiha. So if you've seen any of my content, I share a lot about raw foods and the yogic practices that I do every day for raising my consciousness. It's basically a diary of things of eating raw foods and yoga. And today there is a special promotion or a special offer by Isha Foundation, which is called Inner Engineering. Have you guys heard of that, Inner Engineering? Yes, so Inner Engineering is a program that will impart the Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya. And it's a very powerful ancient yogic practice, 21 minutes. And for me, it leaves me feeling calm and refreshed. It's like an inner shower. Your breath just feels smooth and you're able to do new things and challenge yourself through the day, because I feel very supported when I do that practice. So again, that offer is ending today, and you get a full refund if you sign up today, February 18th, and you complete the program within 60 days. So it's hosted by Sadhguru and given by Isha Foundation. Okay, so this is fun. I'm like talking. This is new for me, so this is fun. But yeah, so does anyone here eat raw foods or do Isha yogic practices? Hello. Hi, Lupe. You do? Okay, Shiha, do you do raw food or Isha yoga? Which one? Or both? So that's actually the reason why I got into raw foods. So I got into raw foods 2023 when I was preparing for the Samyama program. I remember going to the orientation and they were telling us how to prepare for this intense 8-day silent retreat with Sadhguru. And one of the things was eating raw foods. And I remember hearing that and thinking like, that's extreme. So it's so funny to me now that 3 years later, most of my diet is raw. But I found, okay. Okay. Yeah, so, wow, 2023? Okay. Yeah, so what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Wow, you're very intelligent then. If you're here typing. But yes, so I remember thinking that it's so extreme to eat. Oh, okay. Sorry guys, I'm getting distracted by the chat. This is my first time on a live, so it's like I need to talk and read this. But okay, so in 2023, that's when I found out about raw foods as I was preparing for the Samyama program. I remember thinking that it's really extreme, like it just surprised me, so I didn't take up that practice at first. I didn't take up that advice, that preparation practice, but I was doing yoga about 7 hours a day, 8 hours a day, so 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours at night to prepare for Samyama. And then I remember thinking, wow, if I'm doing this much yoga, I should try the raw foods, because I want to have the best experience that I can have at this 8-day silent retreat. And at the time I had just left my job, so I had all day to focus on yoga and prepare the foods as well. And I went on YouTube because I was looking for, okay. So I went on YouTube and I was looking for inspiration for raw foods. And that's when I found out that, wow, people actually eat this as a lifestyle or as like what they do all the time. And that's when I started, trying it and like trying different recipes, but it was pretty difficult in the beginning. Yeah, so, but ever since then, I'm really happy that I've continuously practiced making new recipes and eating raw foods, because it really does help me to feel energized, and it helps me to just have a clear mind and what else, and just like feel good. And I really think this all to yoga and Isha Foundation, because literally, I remember then I was just thinking like, wow, okay, they're sharing that raw foods will help with meditation, right? And then I'm finding online that raw foods also is the healthiest way to eat. Like the more raw foods, more raw plant foods that you eat, it's healthy and it's optimal for your health. But it also makes sense because if you are doing meditation, if your body is in pain, and if your body if you're uncomfortable, then it's very hard to sit still and do your meditations, right? So it makes sense that ancient yogic sciences have the ancient yogis and everyone who's practicing yoga, they noticed this and they shared that knowledge that, okay, if you're preparing for meditation, eat raw foods. So that's basically my journey of how I started eating raw food. But again, getting back to inner engineering, that's really what I wanted to talk today about, or on this live, because the deadline is today. And I've never, ever since I did the program in 2020, I've never seen this offer where it's being offered for free, that you get a full refund for it. So yeah, I'm here basically to answer any questions about inner engineering. If anyone has any. Let's see. Hello, I'm doing well. I hope you guys are doing well too. Yeah. So one of the things that I really love about starting my practices, or my practices in like this inner journey, is it's made me very self-aware of myself and like the state of my body. So this is my first live and I can feel that like I'm excited. So I'm just gonna take a breath and relax right now. And I invite you to take a breath, relax your shoulders. Actually, when I'm done with this live, I'm going to do Shunya. That's another one of the Isha yoga programs. And that's an amazing one. It's like a 15-minute one that you do in the middle of the day. That is very grounding. I just saw a hummingbird and that's one of my little signs. So I was like, ooh. I'm on the right track here. I wonder how I can put like a note where I can say like, oh, do you have any questions? Okay, yes, yes, yes. Cool, I'm gonna put a little note. Do you have, what's it? Basically that this is about. Because I really encourage everyone to take this program. It's free. You get a refund. Okay, done. Okay, let's put the, there we go. So I'm in LA. Where are you at? Okay. What else can I talk about inner engineering? I don't know, it's very, there's like so many things to talk about. It's like, how do I distill its impact on my life? How about this? So actually how I came, oh yeah, I'm in the US. So how I came about it is actually in 2019, I had really bad insomnia, really bad anxiety. I remember thinking, I'm gonna go to a therapist or I'm gonna start meditation. Like those are my last, I remember thinking I don't wanna go to a therapist. So, which is nothing wrong with it, but I just remember thinking, let me try meditation first. And I'm very scientific minded. So I remember thinking, what could meditation possibly do for me? What could sitting doing nothing do for me? And I'm so glad. I think I started back then with Headspace and just doing 2 minutes of meditation a day, and that was already like a lot. Now I do at least 2 hours, but yeah, so then I found Sadhguru and I found Isha Foundation, and in my search of trying to become more peaceful, trying to understand myself, why is there always like wars going on inside my head, and why am I so uncomfortable when everything in my life was going well, but I just wasn't enjoying myself. So at the time I was also taking, because I'm very scientific minded, I was taking courses and I wanted to figure myself out. And I took this course, the Nervous System School with Jessica McGuire. I don't know if you've heard of that, but she talks about the vagus nerve and the nervous system. And she talks about how our vagus nerve connects our major organs, and there's ways to tone it so that you can be more in the rest and digest phase, or like rest and digest state. that's the word, state, and activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which is more about keeping yourself calm and relaxed, right? And in one of those practices in that course, to tone the vagus nerve, she taught chanting. It was literally chanting. She taught one sound, and it was a sound coming from the belly. And she talked about how that the vibrations of that sound tones the vagus nerve to make it regulate your parasympathetic nervous system and keep you in a more relaxed rest and digest state. And at the same time, I was taking inner engineering. Still kind of skeptical about it because, again, I wasn't religious, very scientific, and I was taking inner engineering because I was like, okay, a true scientist would be open to new information. So let me just take this program, because he's very logical. If you've ever watched that guru and his YouTube videos, he's extremely logical and really can address like the human predicament very well. And so basically I'm taking the nervous system course at the same time as inner engineering. And the nervous system course teaches a sound which tones your vagus nerve. And at the same time, inner engineering taught chanting that included that exact same sound, but two more. And it combined it in a way, and they explained why it was exactly that way. That's when I knew that ancient mysticism, like Eastern mysticism and yoga, has this insight that science is just catching up with, okay? That Western science is proving and sharing with people, but they're just catching up because they only had one sound and inner engineering had three. And it was more complex, and they were describing why it was that way. So at that point, I knew, okay, I'm diving all in into inner engineering. I'm diving all in into yoga, being open, and letting whatever needs to happen. And it turned out to be amazing. And I practiced the Kriya, which you learn in inner engineering. I practice it every day. So yeah, so that's how I found. That's my origin story of my relationship with inner engineering. That's how I found it. That's how I got into it. That's how I became open to it as someone who's scientific and not religious. So another misconception that I think even people like in my family, because they are religious, they're skeptical about it because, Sadhguru wears traditional Indian clothing. He looks like he's spiritual, and they're skeptical that it conflicts with their religion. But inner engineering and Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya, which is the breath work, energy work that you learn in inner engineering, is just a tool. It's just like brushing your teeth or using an iPhone. It's a tool. Anyone of any faith, of any background, can use a tool. So yes, I encourage everyone to take that program. It's amazing, life-changing, everything. Okay. I'm going to take a break from talking. There's a lot of talking. But yes, if you have any questions about inner engineering, let me see. Does anyone have any questions about inner engineering? I should put the link here. I don't know how to put a link in here. Bye. Okay. Yeah. What other experiences? Okay, so what else? Let's talk about it, because the deadline to sign up is today. Today's the last day that you can get it for free. And what am I talking about? Inner engineering. This is a program. Given by Sadhguru and Isha Foundation, excuse me, for inner well-being. And they're offering it for Mahashivratri, the occasion of Mahashivratri, which was a few days ago. They're offering it for free for anyone who signs up by February 18th. If you complete it within 60 days, you can apply for a full refund. So the deadline to sign up for it is today. So I'm just talking about my experience with inner engineering, how it's changed my life almost completely. I would say, and this is what I told my family, my family and my friends, excuse me, when I was texting them, like everyone that I know, I told them that inner engineering is the biggest blessing that has happened to me in my life, besides life itself. It's really the biggest blessing. So that's why I'm doing this live. That's why I'm here to answer any questions about it. That's why I'm talking about it, because I want people to try it. They're giving the program for free. You can get a refund, and today is the last day. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain, because tools for inner well-being is for everyone. Like on my channel, I share about raw foods and the yogic practices, basically the inner engineering that I do. And everyone wants to be healthier. Like if you're not doing any spiritual work, everyone wants to be healthier. And that's usually the reason why people get into raw foods, right? But raw foods, eating raw foods for most of your meals is very hard to, a lot of people say it's very hard to sustain. And that has been my experience too. But what helped me to sustain it and eat it most of the time, what I noticed is that having a calm state within myself, being relaxed and being happy, being compassionate, all of these things that are high vibrational, it's allowed me to eat raw. Why is that? Because when I am dysregulated, that's when I'm craving junk food. And that's when I'm craving cooked food. And not that cooked food is junk food, not saying that, but definitely I crave more cooked food when I eat, or when I am in a dysregulated state. So inner work, inner engineering, and raw foods, they're very closely related. Like I said, I came across raw foods on my spiritual path because eating raw helps you have deeper meditations, but meditating helps you eat raw, because eating raw completely, you'll notice that it doesn't numb your feelings. It doesn't bring you down, or how do I say this? It doesn't comfort you. It will energize you, but it won't comfort you in the sense that if you're really riled up or tense, it's not going to numb that feeling. In fact, you'll notice that you're very riled and tense even more. So that's why it's very connected. Yeah. So I hope everyone tries the program. Yes. Yes. So anyway, thank you to my 50 subscribers on my new channel. So it's enabled me to go live and share about inner engineering, share about this message. I don't know how to change the question on this thing. Excuse me. Okay, let me replace it. Okay, I don't want to put a question. No. Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay, it's not a question, but sign up. Oh no, I'll put deadline. Yeah. Last day to sign up for inner engineering is today. Yeah. But yeah, that's all that I wanted to talk about, really. Have my water and copper. So I haven't even talked about, well, that's my dog right there. That's Davy. I haven't even talked about what it entails. So the program, once you go through the 6 steps, then you get initiated into Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya, which is a 21 minute breath work, energy work practice. So in just 21 minutes, it really has a profound effect on your mental state. It changes the inner chemistry of your body. Oh, that's my puppy. So yeah, in just 21 minutes. So let's see, there have been studies by Harvard and other universities on the effects of inner engineering, of Shambhavi, and it reduces depression by, I think, like 50%, and it reduces stress by 40%. What else? So another thing that they found from the study is that it increases BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. So BDNF is needed for new neuron connections, connections in the brain, as well as protecting the neurons from degeneration. So it's really good for preventing Alzheimer's. What else? And another thing they talked about was that it increases okay, I don't know how to say this, but there's a molecule that it increases, and it's anandamide. I think it's anandamide, because anandamide is known as the bliss molecule, and we're able to create our own bliss molecule. So this bliss molecule, anandamide, is a cannabinoid. We have receptors in our body that that are for cannabinoids, and this word is similar to cannabis, like marijuana, right? And cannabis, people take it to get high. Well, we can make our own cannabinoid, and we can have our own molecules, not external molecules, bind to these receptors and make us feel happy, make us feel high. So that's why doing the practice, that's why doing the practice will make you feel really good, because you're literally high on your own supply. So yes, those are the scientific studies on the program. Yeah. What can I say? What else can I say about inner engineering? The deadline to sign up is today. Yeah, the deadline to sign up is today. You can get a full refund if you complete the program within 60 days. Well, this has been fun. I don't think I have anything else to say about inner engineering. Maybe I'll come on later and talk about it again. Yeah, okay. So basically, hello. Basically, I just wanted to come on today to talk about how inner engineering, you can get it free if you sign up today, and complete it within 60 days. So I hope all of you try it. And experience like what a life-changing tool that it is, because that's what it is. It's a tool. So don't be afraid of it looking mystical or looking spiritual or anything like that. Like I said, it's like a toothbrush, and it's like an iPhone. Anyone of any faith and any background can do the program. So I really hope that you try it. Go to just Google inner engineering, and on the website you can sign up. So yes, I hope that you oh, hello. No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I will be. Maybe. I mostly came on today to talk about inner engineering, and the deadline to sign up for it is today. But maybe. Yes. 1 second. You said you're using your mom's account. Does she know about inner engineering? Can you tell her about it? It's really good for your health. Yes. Okay, thank you so much. I'm gonna go now. Again, it's called Inner Engineering. You can find it, just Google it, and I hope you try it. So thank you so much for being here. Have a good day.